I'm going to take this show to the Old Town Road and report until I can't no more, which is Thursday, as we just prefaced. But last time we checked in with Old Town, we heard from the executive director at the Lan Su Chinese Garden, who described the nightmare that they're dealing with down there, that everyone is dealing with down there. Homelessness, suffering, death, violence, fires, threats, drugs, and all of it, ironically, outside of a place that was built to instill tranquility in Portland's oldest neighborhood.
I have had staff in the last week assaulted. I have had staff in their cars chased with people chasing after them with metal pipes. We had somebody die on the streets right next to Lan Su. We have had gunshots. All of this is too much to ignore and not address. We will do what is necessary for us to keep our staff, our visitors, and our volunteers safe.
So that's the executive director. That was Elizabeth Nye. I talked to her a few weeks ago. At the time, one of her biggest frustrations had to do with the city, how she felt our leaders were responding to the community and their pleas for help. If I gave you the power as police chief or as the mayor, like, what do you think? Do we need more police down here? Do we need more resources to get people care? Do we need,
I don't know. I'm going to tell you something. Some of the conversation has shifted to everybody knows what the problems are, so don't come to me unless you have solutions. That's what we're being told. Well, I don't have the solutions. My job is to run Lan Su. Your job is to show up and make our city safe so that we can do that.
People felt her frustration there. The Garden got a lot of support after that interview. Perhaps that community felt a little bit of momentum, because then yesterday they sent a letter to the city and it said, it's past time for you to take the necessary action to fix the city we all love. We ask that you personally meet with us by no later than October 22nd, 2021 to discuss your commitment to lead and the specific actions that you support for Old Town. We need to hear the city's plans for adding police and combating rising crime, and we need the county to step up and deploy mental health. Now, that mental health aspect is a huge one. It is out of control down there. There is no other way to describe it. Actually, there is another way to describe it, like when we heard from Scott Kerman with the Blanchet House. Now, this is a person who's seen this firsthand for a long time, handing out meals, working with this community for years. He told me this.
There is so much mental illness in our area. There is so much addiction and so much trauma that it is becoming increasingly challenging for us to provide services and for people to receive services. If it's not in front of you and if you're not down here all the time, you really can't appreciate what we're seeing. There are times when we see things in our district, and this was certainly true in the initial weeks and months after everything shut down in March of 2020, that were reminiscent of what you would see in news footage for war-torn or famine-torn areas, perhaps in developing countries. That was happening right here. People in half states of clothing, with illness and sleeping in the street, and that's what we're seeing down here.
Those are powerful words, and if you watch this show regularly, they're not the first time you've heard them. I've played those interviews several times. I don't know how many times. We keep playing them. So many of you reached out every time that you hear those words, and you tell us that you too are disturbed by them, that you are sad about what's going on down there, and you ask, what is the city going to do about it? But nothing has happened until now. Commissioner Mingus Mapps responded and said, I hear and understand the frustration expressed in the letter from organizations in Old Town. It is one of the primary reasons I voted to extend the Clean and Safe contract and its new mental and behavioral health resources. I hope that with the expansion of Portland's street response, we will see added services to the area. I will work with and support the Portland Police Bureau in any effort to intervene on criminal or unlawful behavior. Okay, great press release. But Old Town said they wanted to meet in person no later than October 22nd. That's next Friday. And apparently they were listening to that too. Elizabeth Nye with Lan Su sent us this email recently and said, so far, I've been able to schedule a meeting with Commissioner Mapps for this Thursday at 4 p.m. We have also scheduled a meeting with Chair Kafoury. in Multnomah County on 10/22 from 10 until 10:30 in the morning, making some progress, hopefully. She said some other leaders have also reached out to set up times to talk, and let this be a lesson to you. The news can help, but there's nothing like a good old-fashioned letter to get the job done. We're going to keep an eye on this story and let you know what happens next.
All right. And with that, let's talk about the housing crisis specifically in Salem now. Last night, we told you the city of Salem was reconsidering plans for a homeless village on that property right there. Well, tonight we can tell you they're done with that. They're done reconsidering. They're going full steam ahead as long as this property doesn't flood. Yeah, that's still a wild card. We'll explain. We brought this story to you yesterday. The property sits on Wallace Road Northwest. The city owns it. And last night, the city council voted not to reconsider putting the village on that site. Councilors were weighing nixing the plan after neighbors kind of rose up in force. A lot of them there. They told us repeatedly and told the city repeatedly that location was a bad idea. They argue it's too close to apartments. It's too close to an elementary school and a retirement community. And they also say it floods in the winter. The city council said they are investigating that last point, but for now, they will move forward with the plan. Simply put, councilors say Salem, like Portland, has a housing crisis and people need help. And they want to put enough tiny homes on that property to house 60 people, giving preference to seniors. So again, we will keep you posted.